Hello all, Sabado here. So we're going to be doing the Voodoo Magic Madness without bombers, but we have a slight twist and we've got the heavy gunners involved. Now I did say in one of the episodes today that we're going to take on a base similar to this. Normally there's walls here, but obviously they use their walls in other places. So we're going to try and take this base on. I'm not too sure actually how we're going to do that yet. I haven't figured that part out. But time is ticking. I haven't spotted where the ground pounders are, so I could be in big trouble if I don't start this raid shortly. So they're both in there. Okay. We need to come in at a sort of direction, I think. Maybe try and take it on full brunt. So I think the easiest method may be through this direction here. We'll find out though. Okay, so let's get some of our scallywags in now. Need to start clearing out some of these buildings. So we've got Black Bart as well. I don't normally use him. I use him for defense only. So this is going to be one of the rare occasions that we actually do use him. So we're going to get some of those in now. We need to get our heavy guns in. Really need to start getting some of our troops in now. Push our way, sort of, if we can drift to an area. Might be able to cut out that ground pounder there. That'd be really, really ideal. So our priestess should be within a good range, and she is. Hopefully we can get through those buildings now. Try and get a second witch doctor in there. Feed more of her scallywags in there. Our last heavy gunner too. Get another priestess in there. Get a ghastly gunsingers. Keep a couple back just in case. Trying to keep an eye on the troops. They are going sort of the wrong way now, but at least our heavy gunners are in there and well protected. Use our witch doctor there. Oh, unfortunately, he just got killed. Hoping to resurrect some of those. Scallywags there. Unfortunately so, but the ship's gone down now, which is a bonus for us. Get some more of our troops in there. Keep a priestess back if we can. Try and keep those alive. Witch doctor really, really need those heavy gunners. Not quite taken out the second ground pounder yet, but we've still got a minute in. Got quite a few troops. We can get this witch doctor's ability up in a second. Would be alright. So let's hit the button there. They'll suck up the ground pounder and the mortar, doing a fantastic job. Resurrect some of those scallywags. And there we go. We could be in with a shout. Let's get our last couple of ghastly gunsingers in now. I'm not going to use Black Bart this one. And here come our main cluster of troops now. So the ground pounders are all gone. We should, without reason of a doubt, get the 1 star at least. I'm hoping maybe a 2 star. That would really be beneficial. We've still got a heavy gunner at the back here, by the way. So, you know, considering no hero, we're using a matchup, or should I say a mashup of troops. It has gone really, really well. Better than I have expected. Use the priestess ability now. Try and look up that cannon's hitting my ghastly gunsingers in the back. Everything, you know, is looking really well, and we could, not enough time, but, you know, this is really taking apart the base. So if you've seen this type of base layout before, you can definitely 2-star it, and if you take less time than I did actually deploying your troops, then I believe that you could take on and beat this base 3-star. I haven't, you know, got a decent army comp or anything, but we're going to use it again. You know, we're going to test that little composition now. It's really grog. It's really grog. It's really high in grog, the recruitment. So, you know, this isn't something you're going to use all the time. This is just a bit of fun. Okay, so let's recruit them. Let's jump into another raid. I've got to keep an eye on my grog because I've only got 1.6 million. I've got Black Bart needs to go back on sleep time. He needs to upgrade. I've got a bunch of research as well. Always a Sky Raiders we get there, unfortunately. Okay, let's try and search for another tough base. Not that tough though, but you know, something a bit tough, and we'll try and take that base on. Remember, I'm not even using bombers neither. So I've got no way to get my way through walls. The only way is using those scallywags and maybe the heavy gunners as well. So we're going to try and find another tough base layout. And, you know, I'm not going to make it too long of an episode, so if I pause this will save you some time as well. Okay, so there's not loads of resources in this one, but, you know, it's real segmented. It's not high-level walls, level 10 walls, but still, remember, I've got no bombers. I've got no way to get through walls. 2 ground pounders are in the back there. I could try and snipe one, keep a heavy gunner back, or maybe some ghastly gunslings to take care of that, but I've got to be cautious because of that ground powder. We've got to come from this direction. I would, you know, I think best would be that direction. There's some real nasty gun towers there. Really don't want that. So, okay, let's start by getting some troops in here. Get rid of these outline buildings because they are going to start to veer off in this direction. We want the main bulk of our troops to stay in this section here, and then we can start to push forwards As you can see, they've got a couple of scallywags here. Come on, scallywags, take out this tavern, please. Right, okay, so we're probably going to use Black Bart this one, because I didn't use him the last raid. But as soon as this tavern is taken out and the troops start to sort of veer left and right, then we can start to get our troops in there. Just don't want them going off target. Okay, now we can start. Now we get our scallywags in this location, use our ability, get Black Bart in there, get 2 lots of Witch Doctors going, get a Priestess, the space out our Ghastly Guns is not going to hold none back this time, the space out our Heavy Gunners, yeah, like so. I think that would be best. Got another scallywag in here, keep an eye on things. So where is our Priestess? I cannot see her. I think I can see her now. Let's use her ability. There we go, look out a couple of cannons, that will help. Got this nasty little bunker in the back here. This nasty bunker here as well. Keep an eye out. Ghastly Gunslinger's abilities up, so let's use that. Get that bunker taken care of quickly. Oh, that's hurt. That's a lot coming in. That trap's about to spring. That is really hurting us now. Got to be careful. Keep an eye on the Witch Doctors. The scallywags there can resurrect them, so let's use our Witch Doctor's ability. Let's get our Priestess here. By the time she gets up there, look, the ability's up now. Maybe try and sneak one in this side wall here, if I can. Now let's use it. Okay, so we locked up the Grand Pounder, a gun tower and 2 cannons. That's actually helping us push a little bit. You know, everything's going fine so far. Heavy Gunners use their ability now. Really waiting. And we forgot... No, we haven't forgot Black Bart. It's fine, he's doing damage. I thought we didn't deploy him then. So go on, we could take the gun tower. One more shot, Heavy Gunner. Yeah, there we go. We took care of that gun tower. This is actually not an easy raid. Just use this scallywag there. Get ready to bring in our Priestess around the corner here. She's about to come up a little bit closer, like so. That's locked up the gun tower. Now gives us enough time to take out the pirate hall, get rid of this bunker that's been locked up, and the gun tower. This raid has gone really, really well. I've not had to use Black Bart's ability, neither, which, you know, is absolutely brilliant. It's like a bring it on type of thing, like the Brutes, which is a handy ability, but again, I'd rather not take Black Bart. And there we go. So a base, apart from the walls, was really tough Pirate Hall 10 defences. We have beat with a mishmash of scallywags, heavy gunners, ghastly gunslings. I know it comes to a lot of grog, but still, you know, scallywags are just like a buck. They're not that much better than a buck. A couple of Witch Doctors, I'm not all sold on them. I know they're pretty useful later game, but at the moment, I don't think they're that useful, to be honest. But I threw them in there. So yeah, I mean, 33 scallywags, 3 heavy gunners, 4 priestess, 10 ghastly gunslingers. Again, it's starting to sound like a Christmas song. And the 2 witch doctors. So let's get that. Let's jump into another battle using the mishmash of troops. Finally, we get something that might be useful. Berserker cooldown reduced by 20%. We don't have buccaneers. We've got scallywags. Okay, I'm going to pause this again while we jump in and find another battle. Hopefully, another testy base for us to try out. Okay, so it's one of these types of bases we've come up against before. We had bombers. Now, this I'm sure is going to go horribly wrong, but let's try it without bombers. I don't know how. We might have to use heavy gunners maybe to push our way through the walls. If we can clear out some of these buildings, then deploy the heavy gunners in. Might stand half a chance. So let's find out. Let's try and, you know, use as few scallywags as possible, because they are going to die, and that, you know, it's going to be a little chunk of our army there being killed. I don't obviously want to use their ability neither, if we can help it. So let's just keep an eye. We've got a few here, a few over here. Just get these few buildings taken care of. Scallywags, let me take care of this gold mine, please. There we go. And just this grog distillery here. So again, I'm not quite sure why the AI is going around to here. The nearest building is the grog distillery. Once that goes, now we can start to plan our attack. Maybe try and get a heavy gunner in there. Get our witch doctor in. Now we want to try and get some scallywags in. The problem is, yeah, they're going to want to go for these buildings. So we might have to just deploy fast. Hope and pray for the best. Watch where this witch doctor's actually going. If we can get some of those in there, get priestess in there, as soon as we can get through these buildings, we will be absolutely fine. Is the priestess in range? Yes, can lock up that gun tower. Has careful there, heavy gunners. Careful. Take that cannon out. Spin round. Take him out. There we go. Okay. So our heavy gunners are taking care of the ground pounders. Get another witch doctor in there. Oh, that's going to start to hurt now. So we've been stunned up a little bit. Let's try and get a priestess in. The mortar shots are really hurting. We are creeping around the side because there is now no ground pounders. So this is going really well. Let's try and lock up that mortar. Yes, we managed to hit the mortar there as well. Lost all our army here. Unfortunately, we need some of these scallywags and fast. Use the button because we're about to go down, I think, with the witch doctor. I need to try and focus our priestesses to come in through these walls. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the win. I did say this is probably not the case. I haven't used and wasted black bart because, you know, I thought that would be the case. Again, I did say before that this type of base layout is going to need bombers to beat it, because there's no way you can get through here with the ground pounders the way that they're laid out. So it's a very smart design, but as long as you do what you're meant to do, and that is clear out these buildings, get the bombers deployed here, they will probably break off and come into these sections, but then they will get into the middle of the base there. So, you know, it's more than doable, but obviously not without bombers. So let's surrender this. Let's jump into another battle. Okay, so again, you know, we've got another one of these bases that should be, you know, very difficult for us to beat. We have the two ground pounders in here facing the same direction, so we know we can't come from this direction. We have to try and get our way through here. If we can or not is another matter. Again, we have the at-line buildings here, which is a cause for concern, especially some of these are real high hit point buildings, which is going to take our little scallywags time to get through. So, you know, if I deploy here now, they're just going to come south and start attacking these buildings. So we have to do the legwork, so to speak, first. We have to do this tedious part, which is clearing out the at-line buildings. And hopefully we can get through there shortly. Let's just get a heavy gunner in there, just to help them out, because they are otherwise going to take too long. We need to start getting the plan into motion at about 2 minutes at the very most. Okay, now we can start to get some gunners, scallywags into this little pocket here. We're going to get black bar in there now. We're going to get a second heavy gunner in there. Some more scallywags. We want to get like half of the ghastly gunslingers in. Get a priestess in there too. Now that the legendary fort has been taken out, we should be fine. And now you can see the heavy gunner is primarily focusing on that wall. Once he can punch his way through some of those walls for us, then we should be in a great position. So for some reason I thought priestess was here with this clump. That's cost me a little bit, but you know, we should be fine. We've punched our way in now. As soon as black bart can get in there a little bit deeper, as scallywags start to disperse, we are going to be looking very, very good, definitely. Let's get our other heavy gunner in there now. Let's get our other witch doctor in there. And now let's start to get our troops really pushing into this base. So we've got 3 heavy gunners there. Raid's going really well. Sorry I keep scrolling a little bit too far away from the battle, but trying to concentrate on exactly where I'm deploying my troops. Don't want those going waywards. Priestess is about to die, so let's quickly lock her up. We've locked, you know, some of the base up, which is going to help a whole heap full there. Let's use our resurrect button. Now we're going to use Black Bart's ability, which will resurrect him from the dead. And here he is again, fighting the calls in the corner here next to the grog storage, which is perfect. Get a couple of ghastly gunslingers in, because they have all died now, so we've got 2 more coming to the party. You know, if we can keep these witch doctors alive, we have a lot of skellies in here we need to resurrect. So this is going to look real, real good. Priestess is due to come in now. So let's just get ready, get her a little closer now because of the bunker. There we go, so lock that up perfectly. Witch doctors coming in handy now. Loads of skellies here. Heavy gunners are coming in and doing their job. Again, we haven't got long enough to 3-star it, but if you're trophy pushing or say PR pushing, then we're doing all the work. We're getting the 2-star victories, which is more than enough for you to gain PR in a battle. Obviously, you know, you're not going to 3-star bases. Most bases you shouldn't be able to 3-star anyway. We haven't got all the loot, which is a bit of a shame, but we got a good majority of it, so we can't complain on that one. I'm really enjoying trying these, you know, strategical bases out with, you would say, the wrong combo. No, using heavy guns to punch walls. Not ideal at all. Okay, Let's see if we can find another similar base that, you know, is very difficult, like the Pirate Hall 9 one we see a little while ago. But sorry, was I think the first raid. Again, going with the same composition. I know it's not quite Voodoo Magic Madness because we've got the heavy gunners in there. But, you know, I thought we needed a little something added there. A bit of damage that isn't going to focus defences like the Priestess and Ghastly Gunslingers. And obviously Scallywags, close combat, we need something with a bit of range to it. Anyway, enough talking. Let's go find this battle. And, you know what? This hasn't got a lot of loot. Let's go for that. We'll be alright. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay. Grand Panda. So we need to come roughly in the middle here, work our way up. Okay, let's go for it. So we need some Scallywags there. One there, one there. Get a couple in there. 4 in there. And just start to trickle them in, because they should then start going here. As long as we take this tavern out quick enough, our troops shouldn't start to divert. Now, oh, wrong button now, never mind. The ship is obviously shooting those Scallywags. A bit of a cause for concern, but never mind. Let's get our one Witch Doctor in there as well. Keep an eye on things. Let's get our other Scallywags in here too. We need to start punching our way through. Our second heavy gunner in there now. Let's get a Priestess up in there. We need to start getting, you know, just leave a couple of Ghastly Gunslingers back. Another Witch Doctor this side. Use our abilities. Start to really put the pressure on the enemy here. In comes the Grand Pandas. That's starting to hurt. We need to start trickling these troops into this location. Can we use our ability? Use the Priestess now. That's locked up those defences. Perfect. Now the a.i. is going to go in for this gate. Unfortunately, I thought we might be able to pick our way through a wall a lot further back here. But, you know, that's not going to be the case. Our Witch Doctor's gone swim about in the ocean. We've lost all our heavy gunners. We do, however, have some of our heavy gunners here. They're not going to survive too long, to be honest. We're going to have to use Black Bart in there. Try and get him up. But, you know, the problem is wall breakers. If you don't have wall breakers, you are in trouble. I have bombers sitting there, but they've been donated, and I don't really want to use those for this anyway. Because, you know, we're just testing out bases with the wrong combo. Doesn't matter. If we win, that is a bonus. But definitely not in this case. But we know roughly how to beat that Pirate Hall 9 design. Well, maybe it's just working with that. Can't get them all. Yeah, I thought it was just out of range. But never mind. Okay, let's just wait for Black Bart. I'm not sure if he whether his stamina goes down by 2 if you don't resurrect him back. So no idea. So that's why I wanted to, you know, wait for his ability kick in. Then he should only lose 1 stamina. Yeah, obviously I'll have to test that some more because I don't use Black Bart for attack. So let's let's come out of here. Forget the bandit's chest that we might get 5 attacks. Let's jump in and let's order some different troop composition. Maybe we'll keep some of this, like so. We're gonna need bombers. We need bombers. That is a dead cert. You know what? Let's get one less Scallywag. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to use the brutes as more of a distraction. Going to use the Scallywags as their tanks. We've got the 2 Priestess. We've got 6 Scallywags. We've got 2 heavy gunners. 10 bombers. I think you maybe reduce one of those heavy gunners. Get just a few more Scallywags. Because I don't think that's quite enough. You know, I think that'd be enough because the bombers are going to work like a damage dealer. Unfortunately, they're quite close compared to the heavy gunners. But we'll try that. And obviously we've got Black Bart as well. Maybe we'll change him up. Who are we going to change him up for, Sib? Let's just chuck Jean de Berry in because I really like her stamina to go down. Okay. Let's find whoever we can. Someone half decent. We don't want easy bases. We want to really test our ability here. Maybe that would have been ideal if the walls are better. This one is very, very strange indeed. I've got to keep my eye on my grog, which is 1.2. How are we going to... you know what? We're going to try this. There's not a lot of loot. Definitely we're not going to beat this. But let's try it. We've got to come in from this direction. That is the only way we're going to do it. And I've seen similar designs. Let's try our best. Obviously, I don't think we will get very far in this base, but who knows. Really get our scallywags in it. Let's use the ability early. That's something we haven't tried as of yet. And again with the heavy guns. Let's get those in now. And we're going to get Jean de Berry in now. That's it, Jean. In you go. So as you can see, there's a lot of flashing lights on the screen. We have no idea where things are going. Start to spread out. There we go. So let's just start to spread our troops out. Let's get the priestess in there. Now let's get our 10 bombers into this location. Now hopefully I use the word, we can try and get through these really, really tough walls. Will we? I don't think so. Our troops are already taking a little walkabout. I think we end up clearing out the whole section. And then we're going to get... There we go. Priestess is gone. You know, there's no point even trying to follow it. Jean de Berry's gone as well. Maybe we put a brute in there. A brute in there. It might distract some defences for us. But, you know, again, we've got the gun tower here. We've got the close range on the pirate hall there. The mortar's firing on my heavy gunner, so that's not even going to make the battle neither. Try and get a priestess in there. So yeah, I mean this was a definite big no-no with that troop combo. I mean, there's not really much. I mean, how are the bombers? You know, they should be targeting the walls by now. It's took them this long to try and get to a wall. We've got 2 brutes in there. So you know what, we're going to dump those troops over here. We're going to end this battle. We're definitely not reordering that composition. That was nasty. That was expensive too. Okay, let's try and think of another troop combo. So bear with me a minute here, folks. We have to think very clearly. Instead, let's go with 6 brutes. Let's go back to our roots of our gunners. 20 of those. 10 bombers. What's that leave us with now? So that leaves us with 16 capacity. That leaves us with 14 now. That will leave us with 9. That's correct. Maybe now we'll go in with some ghastly gunslingers. We'll give that a whirl, see how that goes. I mean, we've got quite a bit there that's going to target defences. And we've got a lot of firepower. Plus, we've got the ability to get through the walls. I am actually maybe quite liking that little composition. I think that's got quite a sort of an even range of like tanks. Those that target defences. And those that just deal damage. So I think that's going to be real beneficial. I don't know. We'll test it. And we need something to test it on. We need some loot. So this is something we could test it on. This would be a profit if we can beat the base. I use that term loosely. If we can beat the base. So we've got a Grand Pounder here and a Grand Pounder there. This is the direction I think that we need to come in. So let's get our gunner there. And start to slowly space our guns out. Take out some of these buildings. And as soon as we start to get a little closer, any second now, as soon as this gunner starts to walk, there we go. Let's get a brute in there. Another brute in there. Let's really start to get down a line of gunners. Let's get our Jean de Berry. She's going to die pretty quick. I am fully aware of that. But in the same instance, I don't care. She's cannon fodder. I really don't care. Get her in there. Get the priestess in there. That will help. Let's get our abilities working now. The priestess should be, not quite enough for the mortar. I was hoping she would get the mortar for us, but she hasn't. Let's get our ghastly gunslinger in now. Doing a great job so far. So we've got 1 Grand Pounder down. Got 1 mortar down. Sorry, no mortars down. 1's down now. Grand Pounder's about to go down. 2nd mortar's gone down. So you know, it's going really, really well. Some decent defences in there. Pirate all 9 defences. The mortars, Jean de Berry's gone down now. We still have a decent amount of gunslingers in there. We've got our heavy gunners still in there. Let's try and trickle in some of our gunners. Waiting for the heavy gunners' ability to come up. Ghastly gunslingers have passed away now. Heavy gunner is in there. Perfect. He's going to start taking damage soon if we can't get this priestess deep enough. In she comes. So now I need to push her ability. Perfect. Can we get this heavy gunner doing our work for us? Take out these couple of cannons. There's still 2 more there, though. So, I mean, she's not going to survive by any stretch of the imagination. But with his health, if he targets the cannons and not the pirate hall, we are in business. You should target the cannon there. That's it. Shoot away, heavy gunner. Perfect. The next one now. Next one. That's it. You can take him. One more. Oh, just survives, man. That's close. But the ship there, I was about to say, yeah, the ship's got him. We need some resources. There's the resources there. We're not, again, going to get the 100%. Even got the bunker there. But take these couple of collectors out. Then we are coming out of the battle. You know, it wasn't too bad. The walls made it a bit easier for us because they're not high-level walls. Not a bad little setup. I think the cannons are a little bit low, but obviously, you know, my cannons are not even that level yet. 14, 15, I think it is. 14. Let's come out to battle now, and let's find us another base. A cheaper army there, 244,000. Again, it's a bit of a sort of mix-up. Just briefly, you know, I'm hitting next like a good one here, and I saw this layout, and just want to show you guys, you know, there's other layouts I've seen similar to this. Just thought it'd be worth a little mention to show, just in case you haven't seen one of these types before. So, hold your horses, we'll be back soon. Oh no, I forgot to hit the play button. Okay, let's quickly jump into this raid because, you know, it's one of those bases we don't have time to hang about. We really need to drive our force into this direction here. Again, I don't have a lot of tanks to really waste. Don't really have a lot of damage dealers to waste. We just got to wing it. Come on, bombers. Go in the right direction. That's it. There we go. That's it. All the mines, bombs, gates, everything's going perfect. Now we're just deploying like a crazy man here. Go on, John DeBerry. That's it, girl. Work your way in there. Well, I think we might get lucky with this one. I don't know if it's designed as well as some of the others. I know there's like 3 layers of walls, but it's, you know, not a lot really in there protecting it. Where is my priestess? Come on, priestess, my dear. We must get in there and do the damage. Let's use the ability now. Lock up some of those defences that's going to start. Oh, that's it, bombers. Quick, the mortar shots are coming in. There we go. Let's get through that wall. There we go. Perfect. As soon as we can drive through, we'll be laughing. But for the minute, our troops are really taking the time getting in there. Now, if we can get these brutes in quick enough, then our gunners won't take the beating. As soon as we keep getting stunned, our gunners are being bottlenecked at the minute, which means they're stuck in a little zone here where they can't get out of, and, you know, incoming damage can only hit them, and it's disastrous. So, okay, zoom out a little bit so we can see exactly what's going on. Get the last few gunners in there. You know, this is real testy, this base. This is, oh, this is going to be epically close. Now we use our brute's ability to bring it on, because we need both mortars focusing our brutes. We need to take this mortar out because it was just distracting. Sorry, not distracting, it was hitting my gunners. Now our troops, and if we can get the priestess following up into this path, don't shoot the distillery, my love. Let's get in there. There we go. Oh, perfect. Locked up all those defences. And we can just keep pushing our troops into this section here. Come on, gunners. So instead of, I was talking about this earlier on today, the AI, they should have been hitting the grog distillery here. Instead, they've come all the way around a long way, come up into the base, and now they are going to focus on a storage, which was pretty far away for the gunners, considering that they was around this destination here. We've got the 1-star, we've got most of the loot, we're just out of range because the mortar's gone down, and we, you know, if we had more time we could get the 2-star because of the heavy gunner. We don't, but since we've got a majority of the loot, it doesn't really matter. But I just wanted to mention the AI there. You know, they went towards the grog distillery, but instead of just hitting the grog distillery or even the gun tower over the wall, they've walked all the way into the base, shot something that is sitting practically next to the pirate hall. I don't understand the AI with that. So let's pause this. Okay, guys, we are going to take this base on. I know, you know, the defense is a little bit low. I know the wall's a little bit low, but it's a clever design. And instead of me coming through from a silly direction, I'm going to come head on. I'm going to come from this direction and try to push up. And just want to see how far we get, especially with the Grand Pounder hitting my men. I've got no juggernauts. You know, it's brutes that's going to have to do the work for me. I've swapped to Tinto because, who was it we was using? Black Bart, was it Black Bart? No, hold on, Jean de Berry. There we go, remembered. Jean de Berry was exhausted, so I've got to recover her when we come out of this. But who knows? Maybe we can win by pushing in. The academy's at level 5, so it's like a Pirate Hall 6 academy. So obviously he's upgraded rather early with his troops and his base. But, you know, we're going to figure our way into this base here. We're going to try and just trickle in some troops. We're going to save Tinto back for now because, you know, I don't want to use too much of an army. But we really do need to focus on this. This boat here is going to be a slight cause for concern. And maybe we can start now to get some of our pirates into this gap. We should be a-okay. So let's start to get our ghastly gunslingers in now. Our heavy gunner. Now, our bombers, because they've got no walls to break through, they should, I say the word, should be okay. Now we've used our Tinto ability, which is going to buff our troops. We didn't use the priestess ability, no problem. Once we can get her in there, hopefully, I used the word hopefully there, so she's about to go down, I think. Maybe not, she's okay. Let's use her ability now, why not? Okay, so we'll attack the pirate hall. These bombers are really firing, and these ghastly gunslingers, because they've got the Tinto buff. If Tinto goes down, we could be in a spot of bother. But so far, we're doing okay. The bombers are there, they're causing a lot of havoc. They're taking these cannons out. Them cannons are really starting to hurt. We're running out of bombers there. We've got our ghastly gunslingers. The bunker's just gone down. We've got a cluster of guns. Now the ground pound's gone down. Now that is a big, big deal. We've still got Tinto, and he can be our tank. We don't need the ghastly gunslingers going there. Guys, come on. Guys! Yeah, don't get too close to the cannon. Or the cannon over here. We need to use Tinto. Yes, thank you, Tinto. As our tank. Tinto? Where are you going, Tinto? Tinto, you don't have a clue. Where are you going? Okay, so he's wanting to bust through these walls. Understandable. Soon, hopefully, his gunners at range can take out the silo. Don't quite know. Choose their ability. Maybe we can take that out. If we can take his cannon out, we might have half a chance. Couple of pot shots there. Maybe we can 1v1 it. Come on, gunner. Get a little bit closer. A little closer. Couple of shots. Oh, not quite enough. But okay, we've got Tinto left here. And that's all that's remaining now. So there's no point carrying on the replay. But there you go. I mean, you can, especially if we had some witch doctors there, you can come in from the side where the ground pounder is. Just don't come in where double ground pounds are, because that wouldn't have gone down too well. Maybe a level 2 as well. So I hope you enjoyed this episode all. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.